So what we're going to do now is we're going to start using some of the global settings up here. And the global settings are characteristics that get inherited by a trading position that you take in the market. So Haynes is the red hot favourite in this particular race here, and we're going to use some of the other features on the screen here to do some interesting stuff. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select offset bet with greening, and I'm going to choose 15 ticks, which we're just going to type into there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to back Haynes at 1.5. So you can see I've backed Haynes at 1.5 by clicking there. BetAngel has placed a lay bet in at 135 for £11.11. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the keep function. So this keep function will take the bet from the period before the off into the in-play period, which we will see in a couple of seconds. But basically we're creating a position here that is based upon this bet getting matched in play, and the way that this would get matched in play is if Haynes has a good race and looks at some point as though he's going to win. So if we watch the odds now that this market is in play, we can see exactly what happens in this particular market. So we backed him at much higher odds, about 1.5. Because this is a 2-miler, it could take a little bit of time for this market to mature, for this position to mature, because they're going to have to run for a fair amount of time. If this were a smaller race, a shorter race rather, then you would expect the odds to move fairly dramatically to start with. But because it's a 2-miler, it's going to take a little bit of time for the odds to get down to 135. But you can see that Haynes is shortening in price already. So if we wanted to, we could actually take our profit that we've got here already. But what we'll do to demonstrate this feature within BetAngel is we'll let this trade continue for this period of time. But what I'll do is I'll pause the video momentarily here and we'll come back to it just as we think it's about to get matched. So interesting scenario developing already in this race. Haynes is front running, which seems quite ambitious for a 2-miler. But we can see that the price on Haynes is down to 136, 137, 139, there or thereabouts. You can see it's just moving out again slightly at this moment, and then it's taking another plunge in. So somebody watching this market really likes the look of Haynes and the fact that he's at the front of the field and dominating this race. And they've gone in running and placed a bet in running to basically say, yep, this is working out exactly as expected. And what's happened is we placed this bet up before this race actually started, but it's been matched during the in-play period. And we did that by clicking over here, using offset with greening by 15 ticks, and then keeping the bet into the market. What the offsetting does is when you click at one price or another, BetAngel puts a profitable trade into the market this far away. And a tick is an odds increment, so it could be from 120 to 124, it could be from 135 to 136, it could be from 5 to 5.1 is one tick. But basically, by offsetting by larger amounts, you obviously get more profit when you do individual trades. So the offset is what created that closing position for us. We'd nominated the position that we opened the market at, which just happened to be a back at 1.5. The offset went in at 135. And because we used the with greening, this basically meant that when that position was matched in play, it actually hedged our position. And that's where we got our £1.11 profit from. And it looks like Haynes' front-running performance is paying off here. He's got a little bit of competition near the end here, but I think he's going to see this out. But regardless of who was going to go on and win anyway, we won fairly comfortably and fairly early on. But there's another way of placing a trade, and this time we took a position just before the start of the race and carried it over into the in-play period.